about the two blood circulations which occur in our body. पहले हम लोग बात करते हैं ब्लड सर्कुलेशन क्या होता है. नॉर्मली दो टाइप के सर्कुलेशंस होते हैं, ओपन एंड क्लोज्ड सर्कुलेशंस. Mainly what is the need of this circulation? This blood, it flows throughout the body to carry some substances with it. So what all this transportation is done in our body? First is the digested food. How the blood from the alimentary canal, it flows to the tissues, so it transports the digested food, and these substances are simple sugars like glucose, amino acids. So here I am writing glucose and amino acids, vitamins and mineral salts. Okay, these all things are transported for of the digested food materials. Then oxygen. The RBCs, they contain a pigment. What? Hemoglobin. This hemoglobin has some amount of affinity towards the oxygen, and it combines with it and form a unstable compound, oxyhemoglobin. Okay. On reaching the tissues, this oxyhemoglobin breaks down and provides the needed tissues with oxygen. Then carbon dioxide. Normally the carbon dioxide is transported through the blood plasma, but some amount of carbon dioxide is also transported using the blood in the blood circulation by means of the hemoglobin. And what we call that unstable compound which is formed by the mixture of hemoglobin and the carbon dioxide, that is carbamino hemoglobin. So Hb.CO2. Again, hormones. These if you have read about the hormones, these hormones are directly secreted into the blood supplies. Okay, this flowing blood, in the flowing blood the hormones are secreted, and this blood, it circulates throughout the body and it gives the hormones to the every part of the body for their growth. Then again, heat distribution. The temperature of the body, the equilibrium temperature of the body is made uniform by the blood only. The blood, it distributes the heat throughout our body and keeps our body at an equilibrium temperature, at a normal temperature. Then these excretory materials from the tissues to the liver, kidney or the skin for the elimination of them or to render them harmlessly. So these are transported throughout the body by means of the blood vessels. So now a new term, blood vessels, is there. So there are three blood vessels in a human body. First is capillaries, then veins and arteries. So veins. How to remember artery and veins definition? Artery, it is a vessel which carries blood away from the heart towards any organ. Heart to organ. Understood? AA carries blood away from the heart to the organs. So here we can guess that the pulmonary means the lungs, they send the oxygenated blood to the heart. When the lungs, they breathe, they take the oxygen from the air and they make the deoxygenated blood, purifying and make it to the oxygenated blood. And this oxygenated blood is received by the heart, and the heart again sends it to the organs by the means of the veins and vessels. So mainly arteries, most probably they carry oxygenated blood. Remember, they carry oxygenated blood. But and they are denoted by mainly red color, and veins are denoted by blue color, because veins, they carry the blood towards the heart, means they take the blood from the body by the means of the superior and the inferior vena cava and transport it to the heart. So they carry towards the heart. Most probably they carry deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood. But some exceptions like pulmonary veins, this they carry oxygenated blood, and in case pulmonary artery, they carry deoxygenated blood. These two are quite different from the normal characteristics, so remember them only, and rest the definitions are: artery is a vessel which carries blood away from the heart and towards the organ, and away from the heart, arteries. Veins, they carry blood towards the heart from the organs, away from the organ towards the heart, remember. Then now we will remember the two types of the blood circulation. First one is the systemic circulation. So what is the loop of the systemic circulation? These all circulations are running in a loop. They continue to always, they continue always. This loop is continued and followed every time. First, from the body, the deoxygenated blood is sent to heart. Now after that, the pulmonary circulation is done. Pulmonary circulation, we will later discuss about that. Circulation is done. Oxygenated blood received by the heart, oxygenated blood received, and it is sent to the body. Don't worry, if you don't remember, I will make the flow chart. Okay. Then second, transports the oxygenated blood. What type of blood is transported in systemic circulation? Oxygenated blood. And from where? Away from the heart. So what is the loop? See, the body. So they, the inferior and the superior vena cava, from the upper body and the lower parts of the body, it takes all the deoxygenated blood which are used up by the bodies, and the oxygenated is delivered to the body, to that organs, and the deoxygenated blood is taken by the inferior and the superior vena cava and transported to the heart. This heart then sends it to the lungs. Their lungs was pumping. It always pumps, breathes. So oxygen is taken from the air, and this oxygen is mixed, and the deoxygenated blood is purified somehow, and the oxygenated oxygen is added to the blood, and it becomes oxygenated blood. Now this oxygenated blood again heart sends to the body, means organs. This organ again, they after using that oxygen, they become the deoxygenated blood, and they transport it to the heart again through the inferior and the superior vena cava. So this is the, and in between that, so this is the diagram how this occurs. These are the four chambers of the heart, and how it is occurring. Let's see. This is left atrium. This is left ventricle, and this is right auricle and right ventricle. Okay. Then let's see what is happening. We'll see in the flow chart. It will be easy for you to remember. Blue mainly represents the deoxygenated blood, and red represents oxygenated blood. Flow chart. First, body, as we have discussed. From body, here they are containing deoxygenated blood. Remember, now deoxygenated blood. In between, we have added the pulmonary circulation also. That is not different from this. Now this deoxygenated blood by means of inferior and superior vena cava. Superior from upper parts. Superior means up. Superior to something means upper part. Inferior नीचे part से. All the body के नीचे parts, feet हो गया, thighs, and all the circulations are done. Then again here this they transport the blood to the right atrium. So here we'll notice this. To this part they transport the blood, this they enter, and this they transport the part to the right atrium. Now we'll see next procedure what is done. Then right atrium, there is a tricuspid valve. Why we call this valves as tricuspid valves? Because there are three flaps. Three flaps means tri. Three means tri, and two means bi. One means mono, like that. Two means bi. So this has three flaps. So they are looking like this. This is the right auricle, suppose. This is ventricle, So they are like this, entering, and they contain some valves which prevents the backflow also. Then this tricuspid, through the tricuspid bulb, this what we call deoxygenated blood is transported to the right ventricles. Then this right ventricle sends the put to the pulmonary trunk, and from there to the lungs for the oxygenation. Here oxygenation happens, for oxygenation. Okay, remember the term oxygenation. Here, from here the circulation starts, what we call pulmonary circulation. We'll later also discuss again, it will be clear again. So here is the lungs. The lungs has taken the oxygen from air. Okay, remember the oxygen is taken from the air. This lung again transfers to the by the means of pulmonary veins. This is the veins which carry these are the only veins which carry oxygenated blood. This oxygenated blood is again transported to the left atrium by the bicuspid or the mitral valve. Bi means two flaps, as I have told before, and again to the left ventricle, and from there to the aorta. Again the aorta got the oxygenated blood, and it will transport that to the again to the body. Again the body will release use that oxygen and provide the deoxygenated blood to the heart through inferior and superior vena cava. Now pulmonary circulation. Pulmo means something related to lungs, like hepatic means something related to liver. So like we will remember this only. Now we will talk about the pulmonary circulation. Pulmo means something related to lungs. So what is the loop? The heart transfers the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. The lungs again oxygenates and sends it back to the heart, deoxygenated, and again here oxygenated. Here, read this statement. Try to frame your own sentences. It's quite a flowchart only. It is a loop. बोलते हैं ना, लाइफ इज अ सर्कल, वो घूमता ही रहता है. वैसे ये चीज भी हमेशा अपने बॉडी में चलती ही रहती है. हार्ट सेंस द डीऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड सेंट टू इट फ्रॉम द बॉडी. मीन्स वो जो आया इंफेरियर और सुपेरियर वेना कावा से डीऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड किसके पास? हार्ट के पास आया. हार्ट अभी क्या करेगा? वो हार्ट उसको भेजेगा किसके पास? लंग्स के पास. लंग्स ने ऑक्सीजन एब्जॉर्ब किया, ऑक्सीजन मिला और प्यूरिफाई हुआ ब्लड, वो डीऑक्सीजनेटेड से ऑक्सीजनेटेड हो गया, फिर से आ गया हार्ट के पास दूसरे चैम्बर्स में. अभी वो क्या करेगा? आयोटा के माध्यम से वो ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड फिर से बॉडी के पास जाएगा, फिर से बॉडी यूज करेगा, फिर से डीऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड भेजेगा. सो फ्लो चार्ट कैसे होगा? राइट वेंट्रिकल से पल्मोनरी ट्रंक में गया. कहाँ से आया था? पहले तो आया लंग से आया, फिर कहाँ गया? अपने राइट वेंट्रिकल से पल्मोनरी ट्रंक, फिर से भेजा किधर? पल्मोनरी आर्टरीज. अभी ये पल्मोनरी आर्टरीज क्या करेगा? ये पल्मोनरी, देखो ये राइट वेंट्रिकल कहाँ से आया ये ब्लड? ये डीऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड है. कौन भेजा? इंफेरियर वेना कावा और सुपेरियर वेना कावा, इन लोगों ने भेज दिया राइट वेंट्रिकल के पास ब्लड डीऑक्सीजनेटेड ऑर्गन से कलेक्ट करके, क्योंकि वो यूज हो गया, अभी कुछ काम का नहीं है. ऑक्सीजनेटेड होगा तो फिर से काम में आएगा. तो अभी पल्मोनरी ट्रंक के पास गया, फिर कहाँ गया? पल्मोनरी आर्टरीज. मेनली आर्टरीज तो ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड कैरी करते हैं, बट pulmonary arteries are the only arteries which carry the deoxygenated blood, and they carry the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. lungs को गया, अभी lungs क्या करेगा? लाया ऑक्सीजन, उसको देगा, प्यूरिफाई करेगा, pulmonary veins के पास जाएगा, फिर लेफ्ट आर्ट्रियम में जाके सिस्टमिक सर्कुलेशन उसके बाद फिर से कंटिन्यू हो जाएगा. लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल में जाएगा, बॉडी को जाएगा, फिर से आएगा हार्ट के पास, फिर हार्ट भेजेगा लंग्स राइट वेंट्रिकल से लंग्स के पास जाएगा, लंग्स से फिर से हार्ट के आएगा. ये लूप चलता ही रहेगा. लाइफ इज अ सर्कल. समझ रहे हो? ये हो गया पूरा अपना सर्कुलेशन. सर्कुलेशन का क्या नीड्स था, कैसा कैसा सर्कुलेशन होता है, हमने सब डिस्कस कर लिया वन वीडियो में.